Should nobody have a kid while Donald Trump is running this country?
Well, you have a kid, sir. Don't murder your kid.
They well off. That was way before Donald Trump's administration.
Doesn't have anything to do with the president. I mean, if you have a,
Everything to do with this shit is fucked up right now.
well, do you have other?
Fuck y'all with a mask on. It's fucked up. I don't want to have no. I can't even go to the goddamn hospital with my regular checkup because of this shit.
We can help, sir.
That's why we're not having no more kids. You're right, sir. That's fucked up. We got
Well, you do have a child in there that you're about to murder, and we can help.
Man, we're gonna die, man.
We can help, sir.
I never thought America would come to this.
Well, you're part of that, sir.
They're gonna be in a better place.
Well, do you want them
That's
to?
no opinion, though, my brother.
Do you want your child to be in heaven because you paid an assassin to murder him or her?
I'm trying to go to heaven because Donald Trump is a moron.
Oh, what?
You
It
lose the whole
doesn't matter.
chemical warfare going on, and you don't even want to fucking tell y'all.
Well, sir, it doesn't.
I'm a smart black nigga. Though.
It doesn't.
I know better.
It doesn't justify murdering your son or daughter, sir. And we can
You're
help.
right, it don't, but guess what? It's my call.
Well, no, it's God's call. God gave you a child, right? And we can help you love that child.
Five of them.
What's that?
Good.
And he gave you a sick. Now you're going to destroy that blessing. God
It
calls
ain't
children a
good, man.
blessing.
It's a guy.
Oh, it is. And we can.
Donald Trump is killing all of us.
It's not.
Yeah, he is.
Sin-
Destroying all
You
of
can't
us.
even get out and shake hands no more.
Yeah, you can.
Well,
You
shake.
can, but you're supposed to. You see what I'm saying?
According to a man. According to the knowledge of a man, not according to the knowledge of
That's
God.
why we're not wearing masks or gloves, because we fear God. We don't fear a virus.
The lady was.
What's that?
I was out here a couple days ago and the lady was wearing masks and y'all should-
Well, we don't.
So following the wisdom
We
of man,
don't.
that's foolishness to bear.
I gotta
to
be
God.
safe, man. I gotta be safe while y'all doing what y'all doing.
We're safe in God's will.
I understand y'all might be doing it for a good reason, but y'all better be safe.
You know where we're going.
In God's will.
That's
You
cool.
don't have to worry about death, but you will.
I'm not mad at you, my brother. Go to heaven. That's cool. I don't care where I go though.
Your destiny
Why?
is hellfire. Flames of hell.
Man,
because
I'm already here.
I don't know.
you're here on earth, and it's become a mess because of sin. Because
It's
of
only gonna
places
burn
like
for
this.
so long till that shit's gonna go numb there. When I get to hell, I don't care.
You don't have to go to hell, sir.
It's cool.
Oh, it won't be cool if you go there.
I ain't never been on the street. I ain't never had to beg nobody for no money.
That's a blessing.
I had a good life, man.
That's the common grace of God.
Gutter.
That's a
I
common
was
grace.
born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Mhm.
Grew up on 13th and Burlock. I'm 38 years old, so you guys do the math with this District 5 police district that we in.
Mhm.
They know me real well. For
Okay.
no reason though.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Even though I had to sell drugs once I got into my teenage years, but they watched me play kids games first before I became a drug dealer. And they knew why we had to sell drugs though. Because the way our mamas was. I had two younger brothers. I had to make sure they was okay.
Mhm.
And now they living well off too right now. So I understand this shit, man. I'm not talking to no idiot, man. I'm aware of what I'm doing. Very
Alright.
aware.
Supporting murder. You know,
Hey man, you can call it
murder
what
to
you want, my
death.
brother.
That's why America's in this mess.
No.
It takes pride in
Ain't why, man.
homosexuality and
And
takes
they told
pride in
me
Do you-
black
do you-
on that, man. We got bigger fish in this country. than
Do you know what the Sixth Commandment says? The law of God. Do you know what it says? It says you shall not murder.
Then y'all guys probably Christians, huh? I'm not no Christian.
So what do you believe?
I believe God comes from Africa.
You believe what?
See, I believe God came from Africa. That's my belief.
Okay.
I believe in Horus now. That's what I believe in. I believe in the pyramid.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Can't nobody tell me right now to this day how that damn pyramid was made. I wonder why.
Well, God gave people intelligence to do things.
Made by men?
Yeah.
Well, why can't nobody figure it out how was it designed?
God designed it.
Who knows? Special men design. Men that's not like you. They're more like we.
What
Stay away from this place of death, man.
what reason compels you to? Is it not to get too personal, but is that your girlfriend or wife in there? Your wife?
Girlfriend.
Well, what-
We've been together since maybe
Well-
03. So that's a long time.
This is your baby number 3?
No, I said we've been together since 03. 2003.
Okay. Well, what reason compels you to bring your child today to be murdered? What reason? Well, what reason do you think it's okay to murder your child?
I already told you that a long time ago. Donald Trump fucked up our country. That's my reason.
Because our world's messed up.
Huh?
Because our world's messed up.
Yes.
Well, you have born children, right? I think.
And hey, I feel bad, man.
Well,
What's up, man?
would you murder any of your born children?
Hell no.
I assume you wouldn't, right? So why would you murder your preborn child?
When they came, shit was different.
Preborn child is here.
So why would you murder your?
life was different.
Well,
My train of thought was
well,
different.
so are you saying you need help financially?
I don't need no dough.
Okay.
I'm okay right now.
Well, your child
You
isn't,
know?
and
I'm good, man.
well, your child isn't good.
I know what it feels like to be broke. I ain't broke. Cool.
So you don't want your child to grow up in a world full of sin?
Hell no, I don't want to bring no new kids into this world.
Well, they already are in the world, sir. Just inside the womb of your girlfriend.
Oh, no, that's just a egg.
What's that?
That's just an egg. That's not no kid.
It is. That's where all of us began our life, inside the body of our mother. All of us. It's a human.
Child
It's
looks like it, at least.
I already know what that look like. I got a lot of kids, man. I got a lot of pussy in my lifetime, brother. I told you, man, I was a player, man, something like that. Hey, I get it.
The child that's in
This
that
ain't my
woman's
first time
womb
doing
looks
this
like
shit either,
this.
man.
how many other children have you paid to have murdered?
Have I paid?
What?
You got have I paid to have murder?
Well, you said this isn't your first time doing this,
You know what I'm saying?
so you paid for other murders too.
I just know what it is. Hey, look at her. Did you murder somebody?
Well, your conscience is telling you that this is wrong, even if you're suppressing it. We all have a conscience.
When it comes to this type of call, when it comes to this type of call, man, I don't give a damn, man. I don't give a damn, man.
Even before I became a Christian, I had a conscience that told me right from wrong. We all have that, and your conscience is telling you that this is wrong, even if you're trying to suppress it, because you know this murder. You know this is murder.
No, it's not.
Well, you know it is.
I know what murder looks like. This ain't murder.
It is. That looks like murder right there. That's a child who was murdered. And we have other pictures out here showing the murdered
That don't
preborn.
look like murder to me. I know what murder looks like.
That's a child who was slaughtered.
No,
Yeah, it is.
that child looked more like they just had a bad fucking day.
Well, the child was murdered before he was born. And we show that to the parents so that they don't do the same thing to their child. So they have mercy and compassion on the child.
Well, her child ain't gonna look like that.
Well, maybe not exactly like that. I mean, I hope not, because that will be what your child looks like if he or she is murdered.
Yeah, she only a couple days in, but
Well, he or she may not be the same age, but they're still gonna.
hey man, it ain't nothing you can say to me that's gonna make you feel some type of way, man.
Well, God,
I mean, because obviously you're here.
what's that?
There ain't nothing you can say to me that's gonna make me change my mind about this, man. I'm not gonna cut this car off with the grace of God and walk in that motherfucking place and pull her out of there, man. Ain't nothing you can say to me, bro.
Why?
Because it's my decision.
To have
My mind been made up already.
to have your child murdered?
Whatever you want to say, man. Tell me what you want, man.
You'll regret this for the rest of your earthly life.
Like I
You
said,
can once the child's dead, you can't.
Bro, you be better off talking to these bitches that's walking up going in there, bro. Because man, I've got a thick skin, man.
That's good.
It's not gonna happen. Like I said, that's
Yeah.
not murder to me. I know what it look like to murder a motherfucker, bro.
It is
No, it's not. That's your version. of
because
murder.
our
That's not murder.
it
It's
is.
nowhere near like murder, man. Murder is like when you turn on channel 6 at night.
This is
That's
worse.
Murder.
This is worse.
Hell no.
Because these
it's
human
not
beings
worse,
can't defend
man.
themselves.
It's not worse, man. You didn't hear that kid screaming for their fucking life in a dark alley, man. That ain't nowhere near worse.
They're screaming in the
I
womb.
don't see it worse, man. I don't see it way worse than that, brother.
Well,
way worse.
the worst form of murder happens in the womb.
That man, I go eat a bowl of cereal off that shit, bro. That shit don't bother me. I'm not moved by that shit at all, my nigga. That shit ain't. I don't care.
Have you seen these images before?
I don't give a fuck about that. If I'm trying to tell you, bro, that's not murder, bro. I know what murder is.
It's
You know that's not murder, bro.
I know it is. That's why I do
That's
this.
not murder.
That's why I do this.
That's not murder, bro.
It is.
You just said it's just a dead. I mean,
Well, human life begins at
got
conception.
killed. It got killed, but that's not murder, man.
Yeah, the child was killed in the womb. It's an innocent child who was murdered.
And you just murder him for whatever reason you kill him for. That's murder, man.
Well, this is
not murder to me,
this is
man.
murder of a child in the early stages of life.
That child didn't even have it didn't even know. You see what I'm saying?
Well, still
that child
murder.
was cool.
It's a worse form of murder.
It's fucked up when you didn't know you were gonna get killed. That's murder. They didn't know. They'd be
It's
okay.
still a violation of God's law. It is murder.
And by that picture right there, that might have saved that girl motherfucking life because the motherfucking daddy probably wasn't shit. You see what I'm saying, bro? This shit go deeper than that.
So
man.
should we murder people because they might have a hard life?
Before that lady struggle by her motherfucking self in this hard ass world, yes.
Well,
I agree.
Well, would you want
I
someone?
know how it is to be a father, and that shit is not easy. And I'm a father of multiple kids, so no, bro, that shit don't bother me. I'm sorry to feel that way to you, but I'm sorry. I gotta
Well, I
be
mean,
real.
I appreciate your
I gotta
honesty.
be honest. If I sit here and lie to you, man, then you ain't doing your job, then. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
If I lie to you.
I do appreciate your honesty.
You want the truth out of me, right?
Yeah, I appreciate your honesty.
Oh, okay. That shit don't bother me, man. That's honest opinion.
But at least you're honest.
You know?
And
say, oh, yeah, you right, that's murder. And I'm knowing deep down inside, I don't think that's murder.
okay, well, I believe you do, and I just think you're suppressing it. Because
You trained to say that.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I had.
You trained. You ain't out here with no experience.
I've been doing this for years, sir.
You got the real humble stance about yourself and all that. You trained.
I've been doing this for years.
You're kind of like a rookie. But you step back.
Well, I mean, I've been doing this for many years.
I believe you. I can tell just by looking at you. But that's okay. Like I said, I'm not mad that y'all standing here. Y'all just gotta feel me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I come from everybody cars was built differently in life, man. You from here? You born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin?
No, sir.
Where you from?
Kansas.
You know what I'm saying, bro? You don't have a fucking clue what I'm saying to you. How long you been living here in Milwaukee?
I guess
What year?
for maybe a year, less than a year.
Fucking God, you don't even have a clue, my bro.
About what?
About where you standing.
Well, I mean, I've been out here a lot of times. Been out standing out here many Saturdays, and
You're not following me. I think you only been in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for a year, right?
for off and on.
From Kansas, though, right?
Yeah, I've been to a lot of places, and I've been in different areas of Milwaukee, and I've been in bad neighborhoods, good neighborhoods, because I'm a street preacher, so I go in a lot of different areas.
But you don't understand. But see, you grew up somewhere totally different. Though.
What's that?
You grew up somewhere totally different. I grew up in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Can't nobody tell me about this shit.
I mean, I'm not talking about Milwaukee. I'm just telling you that we're murdering children, and we need to stop doing that.
That plays a part in it. When you see niggas like me pull up that place, you gotta know. If they tell you they from Milwaukee, shit was real here, man. Shit just sort of kind of calmed down here, man. To be honest. See that? Shit real, man. You probably from here. Shit real here, man.
Well, I mean, God's truth is true no matter where you're at, whether Kansas, Milwaukee, Illinois, California.
When the motherfuckers got around when the motherfucking police was harassing us. Was not there to save me.
I'm harassed by the police all the time.
No, you didn't get my harassment, though.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying I deal with the police all the time, and I get harassed by the police a lot. We were harassed by the police this past Saturday. They arrested him and took him to jail.
Y'all harassed by this because y'all doing this type of shit.
Well, what?
Y'all was getting harassed because y'all doing this.
Yeah, we expect it.
We got harassed to try to eat and survive. It's a big difference.
There may be a difference
I got
there.
harassed by the cops for trying to eat. You see what I'm saying? At night, before my stomach hurt. It's a difference, man.
We got harassed by the cops for exercising our First Amendment rights.
I feel you, but that ain't nothing like what I'm saying.
I'm just maybe a different form.
It became a way of life. And that's fucked up to say.
It's kind of a way of life for me
It's
too.
normal for us to get harassed by white young cops.
I get harassed by cops of different skin colors a lot too.
Eat, though, and they knew our situation though. That's the sad part. They knew, and they didn't give a fuck.
I dealt with cops.
God that did.
I dealt with cops that.
What was
God's right here. God has sent us here today to plead with parents and to warn them if they continue in their sins, they're going to go to hell. If they continue in their sins, we don't want that. We don't want you to die and go to hell.
God is a very forgiving person.
He only forgives people if they turn away from their sins, if they repent of their sins and trust in His Son.
So these females that's doing this can go have this abortion and they can go repent tomorrow, and then God gonna let them.
They might.
God very forgiving.
They might, but that's not like God doesn't save someone so they can just continue on sinning, and sinning without a care.
I thought He was very forgiving.
Well, God does forgive people, but that doesn't mean you can continue on in your sin, and just oh well.
No man tell us that while we on this earth though. You don't know that. Maybe God probably let you sin all the way to the time to come. You see what I'm saying?
Not if He saves you. He won't let you practice your sin.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. Okay, so say one of these girls come on up out of here and then they go get saved and they don't ever do this again. You can't tell me they can't get in heaven then. You telling me that they can't get in heaven, then I don't think that's true. If they would go and get saved after this. You see what I'm saying?
Well, people can get saved after they practice sin, but you can't practice sin as a Christian because you're a different person. You're a different person.
We only human, man.
Well, but that doesn't justify sin. No, I'm not. I don't claim to be.
I know. I'm just saying. That's my whole point.
Yeah, I don't claim to be.
I know.
I tell people all the time that I'm no better than they are, other than I have Jesus Christ and I want them to have Jesus Christ. And they can have Jesus if they humble themselves and turn away from all of their sins and trust in Christ, humble themselves. That's what we've done. That's why we're out here. Not because we're better or because we're perfect, but because God saved us and He gave us a compassion for our neighbors, born and pre-born. Believe me, we wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be doing this if they weren't murdering people here. I could be doing a lot of other things. That's what compels me to be here, because I don't want to be here. I never want to be at these places of death where my neighbors are being slaughtered. I don't enjoy it, but I do it because out of love for my fellow man. Because the second greatest commandment, you may be familiar with it, says love your neighbor as yourself. It's actually, the book of Romans says it's the fulfillment of the law. What's that?
No, my whole family, I grew up in a Christian environment.
I didn't.
My people, I knew they were religious.
I didn't grow up in the church.
I know what you're saying.
So it sounds like you have more than I had growing up.
No, not my mama, but my grandmother did.
And I mean, I didn't grow up in a Christian environment. I mean, my parents professed to be Christians, but what?
My environment was only Christian when I was at my grandma's house.
Oh, okay. Sounds like you still may have had more than I did. And God's.
I don't know. I might have.
I grew up in the public.
I don't know your story. I don't know your story.
I grew up in the public school system.
Me too.
All the way.
Milwaukee Public. That was cool. That was cool. I liked them teachers. Them white teachers. See, back in that day, I could give them credit. They really gave a fuck about me. My teachers cared, and I can tell it in their conversations. You know what I'm saying? I still see someone right now to this day. I give them the most of respect. Still see my teachers. I have to teach. My teachers cared. Now I don't know about the schools, the teachers nowadays. Teachers in the 90s growing up in Milwaukee, they cared.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, they cared. That's one thing that didn't fail us. The school system didn't fail us. Unless we didn't want to go to school. See, I went to school every day. Even though I sold dope, I went to school though, because I knew that. I wasn't an idiot. That's why I'm
I kind of was.
You know, and I can't judge you though. I know some of my closest people were just like you and end up, you know.
Well, I mean, I know I went. I wasn't the smartest.
Oh yeah, I wasn't the smartest, but I was smart enough to know to be there. That's what I'm trying to say. On time, every day.
I would. You know? I did the same, and then God, and then at the end of high school, God saved me.
It's only the good thing about being here after my childhood.
And we're not far apart in age. You're only a few years older than me. How old am I? I'm 34 outside the womb.
34?
34.
I'm 38.
So we just have a few years of difference, and
same era. We grew up in the same era.
Yeah, we did, and God saved me a little later in life. Gave me a compassion for the weakest among us, the preborn.
Hey, see, the way I look at life, brother. See, this might go over your head, you and your people's head, man. I know the truth, man. You see what I'm saying? Hitler told motherfuckers the truth before America went and fucked them up. We are the people, bro. I understand. We are the people, bro. When I say that, bro, I feel like I am totally in control of my life. I think right now, if I wanted to fucking rain, it would.
If it would?
If I wanted it to rain, I really think I can make it fucking rain, man. Now, I'm that in touch with my inner self, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Well, don't trust.
It might go over your head.
Don't trust. Don't trust.
It might go over your head, though, bro. But I know my blood is, man. You see what I'm saying? I know. That's why you sitting here calling me a murderer and all this and that, but guess what, man? Behind closed doors, I don't have nothing to complain about, brother. I'm very well off, man. You see what I'm saying? Because I use this power right here, man.
Well, it's the common grace of God.
It fucked my head up, though, man. But I knew I had to vision, man. I seen it, man. I tried to share with some of my brothers, but only half of them figured it out. The rest of them believe in a God like you. You see what I'm
I've always
saying?
believed in God, even when I wasn't a
You
Christian.
believe in a God, and I am God, though. See, I feel like I am a God. A God, meaning there's
No.
more than one.
Well, that's
Ain't
idolatry.
just no one God.
That's
man.
idolatry.
Because you got to look at it like this, man. Ain't just no one God made them pyramids and shit over there, man.
Well, there's only one God. There's only one God.
No.
Three persons, one God.
No, brother, you can't tell me that, brother.
Well, I can tell you because it's true.
That's not true. That's an
It is.
American fucking lie. That's not true.
It's in the Bible.
Man. Well, why the fuck we can't go to the pyramids and go inside and take pictures and come back out and bring it back over here and share with our black people in our communities? Answer that. You don't have our.
I don't know. I don't need to know.
Picture, man, of some artifacts.
I know that God is real, and there's only one God, and
It's not one
God
God.
created you and me in His own image.
We were created. You right about that.
Mhm.
But it's not. It's more than one God.
Why we make ourselves into gods, thinking that we know
You
better
ever
than
thought
God?
about that? Why the fuck? I can't take my family to the pyramids, go inside with my camera phone, and take a picture. Why is that?
I don't know. I've
You
never
in touch with the Lord.
I never
right?
tried to do
You ain't
that.
never asked the Lord that.
Never tried to do that. Never thought about doing
That's
that.
the fucking most craziest shit you could ever hear. You even know that?
No, what's that?
Did you even know you wasn't allowed to take pictures inside there?
I know that now.
So you didn't know that, man.
Doesn't surprise me, but
What? Well, why? Why you have that feeling? Why it didn't surprise you? You gotta say you said that for some reason. Why?
Because a lot of things in
you
this-
say that's surprising.
because a lot of things in
That's
the
shocking.
a lot of things in this world don't surprise me anymore.
Why that don't surprise you though?
Anymore.
Why that? I just want to. I don't care about all that.
Probably for the same reason that this messed up country doesn't surprise me anymore, because I've seen so much evil, and
It's evil for sure. But tell me your real reason. See,
Oh, that's
you
kind of
ain't even gotta go no far, cause I know, man. You suppressing it right now.
Just
you
as-
said
just-
it's evil though.
just as
that
you're
I can't
suppressing-
take my kids to them pyramids and take a picture without getting there my arm broken off and apprehended and threw in jail for taking a fucking picture of the shit that my people created. You see what I'm saying? That's the stupidest shit you could ever hear in your lifetime as a black man.
well, we have a lot of dumb
And
things
you
going
just
on in
called
this
it
country.
evil your damn self.
I didn't call it evil. I just said it was.
No, you said evil.
Hey,
you got your tape on?
Yeah.
You can rewind that. You said evil. And
Well,
it is evil.
I said it doesn't surprise me.
And I said why? And you went
'Cause
on
why?
to say some of you said it's evil. Rewind that tape, man. Don't edit that tape. Because I didn't ask you to put me on that tape.
Okay.
So don't edit it. This is real shit.
You can still love your girlfriend and get your child out of there. And we can help.
I don't have a child in there.
You do.
My kids are at home.
And you're suppressing that's what you're suppressing that truth.
Damn suppression. I just explained to you what it is, my brother, in clear English.
We'll be.
Can you hear? So that car good?
Yeah.
Excuse me, bro.
Yeah.
I don't wanna